What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ty McFly, man. In today's video, I'm gonna give y'all a quick brief review of all the crosshairs I've given y'all up until this point. Side note, I have not created a crosshair for heroes like Captain America, Hulk, and the Thing, specifically because they are brawlers and they don't necessarily quote unquote shoot, so you don't need them. Mind you, if you do want a crosshair for those heroes, you can take a crosshair that you've created for another hero and put it on your Captain America, for example. So I won't spend that much time on the intro. Let's dive into it and give y'all a quick brief review of all the crosshairs I've given y'all up until this point. So starting off with Venom, it was a pretty detailed crosshair, but for the reasons of Venom always struggled knowing when you were in reach with the enemy, so I made it so that that bottom hash mark in the crosshair, you line it up with the bottom of the enemy's feet and you should be in range of your enemy, and then that small reticle in the middle, you just kind of put it a little off to the side and you'll get your headshots. Nothing too crazy, but that's Venom's crosshair. Next up, we got my favorite hero in the game, Doctor Strange. His reticle is pretty simple. It's just a wider radius because he shoots in like a shotgun style. So when you shoot, the radius, I made it big enough for all the projectiles to fit so you could hit your target. Nothing too crazy, pretty simple, but moving along. Next up, we got Penny. She shoots in a straight line, which is why I have the small reticle in the middle, just so you can be a little bit more precise. But she also has another ability where she shoots out landmines for traps. If you pay attention to the bottom hash mark, I made it small enough and wide enough down long so that when you shoot your landmine, it's going to go the distance that you set that crosshair to. It's a little hard to kind of explain it without actually showing you, but if you go back on my pages and look at the Penny video, you can see it for yourself. But yeah, it's a little bit more complex than the other crosshairs, but if you just line up the bottom hash mark with where you want to shoot your landmine, it will go in that spot. A little complex, but yeah, moving along. Next up, we got Magneto, another kind of complex crosshair where I had to do a little bit of trial and error to figure out how close you needed to be with the enemy to hit your shots. This is another crosshair where you need to line up the bottom hash mark with the enemy to know you're in distance to land the shots. But yeah, a little bit of a thing to look out for. I just spaced out the crosshair so that you know when you line it up, you're just in range to land your shots. Nothing too crazy. And then I made the center reticle a little big enough so that it fits the size of the enemy's head. Nothing too crazy. Moving along. Next up, we got Groot. Probably my second favorite tank to play with. He has a very simple kit, no real complex moves. He is a tree, so I'm going to use the words vine. Like, I feel like he shoots vines or like trees at the enemy. Very simple, but I made a crosshair that's fairly small so that you shoot very precisely and you know exactly where you're going to hit. He is pretty simple, so nothing too crazy about Groot. Last but not least, we got Thor, who is a brawler, and when I first started playing with him, I didn't really care to give him a crosshair, but the more I played with him, I learned that one of his moves in his kit, it shoots projectile lightning bolts at people, so I did make a crosshair for him. It's a pretty simple cross. I just made the horizontal and the vertical lines long enough so that if you put the it's long enough for the shape of the lightning bolt, and if you line up the enemy with that crosshair, you can land your hits anywhere along it. Pretty easy. I rotated it also because the way he shoots his projectile bolts, it kind of like just crosses, so I rotated it for that reason. But other than that, it's a pretty simple crosshair. So folks, that is all the crosshairs that I have for y'all in the Vanguard section, aka tanks. Reminder, like I said in the intro, the only heroes in the Vanguard section that I didn't give you guys a crosshair for were Captain America, Hulk, and the Thing, specifically because they were brawlers and they didn't necessarily need a crosshair. But the next video that I have in regards to crosshairs, I'll be starting to give y'all crosshairs for the DPS players, which I'm super excited to show y'all. If y'all rock with the content, man, rock with your boy. Share the content, follow up, comment down below which Crosshair helped you the most or which one is your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which the link is in my bio. Follow up on my Twitch at TomicFly100. The link is also in my bio for gameplay just like this. And that's basically all I got in today's video, man. I appreciate y'all, and as always, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love, baby.